Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you never miss any video lessons from RAU'S Study Circle. Join the official Telegram channel of RAU'S Study Circle to stay updated and get all the materials on Telegram. The link to the channel can be found in the description box. Hello and welcome to Daily Prelims Practice. Here we take up MCQs which are based on important articles and news which are featured in the Hindu and the Indian Express newspaper. Topics that we are going to discuss displayed on your screen. So let's begin the discussion. The first question in today's discussion is related to this news article. This was appeared on page 13 in the Hindu newspaper. It is related to the Conference on Interaction and Confidence Building Measures in Asia, that is CICA, meeting in Kazakhstan. Now, before taking up the practice question, if you look at the previous year question papers, UPSC has generally asked questions related to important conferences, summits, etc. in the prelims examination. For example, there was a question which was related to Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference on Housing and Urban Development, which came in year 2017. Now, let's look at this practice question, which is about the details of Conference on Interaction and Confidence Building Measures in Asia, that is CICA. Here, you're supposed to find out the correct statements. Now, statement first is, it was first proposed by the President of Russia in 2018. This statement is incorrect as it was founded by the first President of Republic of Kazakhstan on 5th October 1992 at the 47th session of United Nations General Assembly. Now, if you look at the second statement, it is India is not a member of CICA. Again, this statement is incorrect as India is one of the founding members of Conference on Interaction and Confidence Building Measures in Asia, along with other 27 Asian countries. Now, statement first is incorrect, statement 2 is incorrect. So our correct answer is D, that is neither 1 nor 2. The second question of today's discussion is from the Hindu newspaper on page number 14. It is related to the presence of snow leopard in the Namdapha National Park and Tiger Reserve, which is located in Arunachal Pradesh. In the previous year questions also we have seen that UPSC has asked the question on various national parks and wildlife sanctuary. And this question is from the year 2015. It is about the climatic zones of Namdapha National Park. Now, in this practice question, we have to identify the correct statements regarding the Namdapha National Park. The first statement is, Namdapha National Park is a biodiversity hotspot. It is a correct statement as it is a biodiversity hotspot in eastern Himalayas that harbors more than 1,000 floral and some 1,400 faunal species. Another important fact is that it was established as a national park in 1983. And also it is 4th largest national park in India. Now let's come to the second statement. It is home to tiger, leopard and clouded leopard. This statement is also correct as Namdapha is home to the big cats, that is leopard, tiger and clouded leopard. According to the recent article, wildlife officials in Arunachal Pradesh are awaiting the analysis of data of a survey conducted in 2021 to ascertain the presence of the snow leopard. Now let's come to the last statement. It is about UNESCO World Heritage Site status of Namdapha National Park. However, this statement is wrong because it is in the tentative list of UNESCO World Heritage Site. So our statement first is correct and statement 2 is correct and statement 3 is incorrect. So our correct answer is A. Now our next question is based on an article which is about Reserve Bank of India and its role on India's foreign exchange reserves, that is Forex Reserves. Here, the RBI and India's foreign exchange reserves are one of the highlighted themes in the UPSC Prelims examination. For example, this question was related to the India's foreign exchange reserves and this question was asked in the year 2013. Now, in this practice question, we have to identify Which among the following accounts for the highest share of the Forex Reserves in India? Now, to answer this, one must know the component of India's foreign reserves. It consists of foreign exchange assets, next is gold, third one is special drawing rights, and the last one is reserve position in the IMF. Here, among all foreign currency assets, has the highest share of foreign reserves in India. It consists of major global currencies, investment in US Treasury bonds, bonds of other selected governments, deposits with foreign central and commercial banks. So our correct option is A, that is foreign currency assets. Let's take the fourth question of today's discussion, which is based on this article. It is about the Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, is developing a next generational launch vehicle which may replace operational systems like the PSLV, that is Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. UPSC has asked multiple questions related to space. This question is from the year 2018. Now, in this practice question, we have to identify the incorrect statements regarding the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, that is PSLV. Now, here, the first statement is, it is designed mainly to deliver the remote sensing satellites. This statement is correct, as PSLV is designed mainly to deliver the Earth observation or remote sensing satellites with lift-off mass of up to about 1750 kg to sun synchronous circular polar orbits of 600 to 900 km altitude. Now the next statement is, it is a three-stage launch vehicle which uses cryogenic engine in the last stage. This statement is incorrect, as it is a four-stage launch vehicle with first and third stage using solid rocket motors and second and fourth stages using liquid rocket engines. And the last statement is, it has capability to lift greater rolls when compared to GSLV. Again, this statement is incorrect, as the main reason behind the advent of the GSLV is the capability to lift greater loads into space. While PSLV can only lift slightly over a ton of payload to geostationary transfer orbit, that is GTO, the GSLV is capable of lifting more than double due to its utilization of cryogenic engine for its last stage. So here statement 2 and statement 3 both are incorrect. So our correct answer is B. Now let's the next question of today's discussion. It is based on an article from the Indian Express which appeared on page 3. It is about the reduction in the wheat and rice stocks in the public godowns and the cereal inflation. As you all know that UPSC has asked multiple questions on food grain stocks, Food Corporation of India, minimum support price, etc. This question is from year 2019. Now, in this practice question, we have to identify the correct components of food grain stocking norms as defined by the government. Here, options are, first is strategic reserves of food grains. Second, all the food grains procured by the Food Corporation of India. And the last one is food grains for meeting the monthly distributional requirement under TBDS. Now, before answering this question, one must know that food grain stocking norms has two components. First is operational stocks and the second is strategic reserves. Now, operational stocks is for meeting monthly distributional requirement under TBDS and other welfare schemes, whereas strategic reserves is to meet emergency situation. Now, from the options, you can see that option 1 and option 3 both are listed as a component of food grain stocking norms as defined by the government. So here our correct answer is C. Now, let's take the next question of today's discussion, which is based on an article from the Indian Express on page number 14. It is about the duty of the Supreme Court to provide appropriate and meaningful legal aid to an accused at the state's expense. UPSC has multiple questions on fundamental rights. This question is from the year 2020. Now, in this practice question, we have to identify the correct statements regarding Article 22 of the Indian Constitution of India. The Article 22 has two parts. The first part deals with the cases of ordinary law and the second part deals with the cases of preventive detention law. The first part of Article 22 confers the following rights on a person who is arrested or detained under an ordinary law. Now let's see what are those rights. The first one is right to be informed of the grounds of arrest. Second right is right to consult and be defended by a legal practitioner. The third is right to be produced before a magistrate within 24 hours, including the journey time. And the last one is right to be released after 24 hours unless the magistrate authorizes further detention. Now, these safeguards are not available to an enemy alien or a person arrested or detained under a preventive detention law. Now, with this, you can see that all the three statements are correct. So, here our correct answer is B. First, 2 and 3. So, that's all for today and stay tuned for more such updates.